Hello, and welcome to this new episode of me just talking to myself. Talking to my camera. So, you saw the title, right? That be a jerk and you'll be safe. And if you're an angel or you try to be an angel, then you will be doomed for life. You know what is the meaning of a jerk? A jerk is kind of like a person who creates disturbances in the life of others, creates obstacles in their life, and basically someone who is not liked by all. But a quality that the people who are jerks have in common, they're utterly selfish. That's right. They're very selfish and they know how to keep things for themselves so that other people cannot come and take it away from them. So that is the point where I draw the reference of why you should be a jerk and not a good person. But when I'm saying that you have to be a jerk, I'm not meaning that you should intentionally go out of your way to hurt someone. I mean it more in a way that you should try to protect yourself and protect your energy basically. You see, I have read this quote somewhere. I don't remember how the exact quote was, but the quote was in this order that we are a part of this universe and there is an universe inside of us. A universe, I guess. Universe is not a does not start with a vowel. It is a consonant. It starts with Y. Yeah. So we are a part of the universe and there is a universe inside of us. So what does that technically mean? So you see, what is this universe made of? The universe is made of stars, galaxies, planets, then this lovely solar system that we live in, the Milky Way galaxy, then cluster of galaxies, super clusters, etc. etc. The list will always keep going. There are a lot of things in this universe. And our body is also made up of tissues, organs, bones, nerves, muscles, skin, etc. So, our body is also made up of atoms. The universe is also made up of atoms, but a body is also made up of atoms. And just like a smaller infinity is definitely smaller than a larger infinity, but that does not mean that the smaller infinity being smaller than the larger infinity is invalid. You get what I mean, right? Just because there is a bigger infinity, that does not mean that the smaller infinity is invalid. Because infinity, we give it to something that we do not know how to measure, or we do not know the extent or the value of. So the universe is made up of a lot of things, and we are also made up of a lot of things. So technically, we are like a universe on our own. Imagine that there is a room with a lot of space. A lot of space is there. The walls are very far apart. Even the height is like a lot of height. So what will happen in that room is that when you make small sounds, it will get reflected and it will basically come back to you. So if you create a lot of noise, the noise is going to get reflected and it is going to be directed at you. And if you create a lot of good sounds, or you basically sing good songs or sing good melodies, then you will be able to hear your own voice. This is an example of what human activities are, that you try to do good to someone and that goodness will come back to you. You try to do bad to someone and that evil will come back to you. So technically you should be good, right? Because doing goodness eventually brings all that goodness back to you. But what if it does not? What if I help a friend, or what if I help a person who is struggling? I help that person from my own will, from my own whatever resources I have had, and I have helped that person, and that person betrays me at the end. Now, I should not technically help someone with an expectation that whatever I have given, that will be given back to me. I should not help others with the expectations of getting something back. So I help with the expectation of just the fact that I'm helping someone so that my view of myself gets higher. Basically, the self respect increases. Because when you are trying to do the welfare of others, you are also doing kind of a welfare for yourself. Because your moral compass knows that we all have a soul inside our body and it knows and it sees what we do. But that moral compass slowly fades away as we grow up, as we learn to put on new masks, as we learn to say lies, because truths do not work in this real world. That's the unfortunate truth. The unfortunate truth about reality is that truths do not work the way they were supposed to. And lies, in fact, are more reliable and are way easier to handle. Truths are not easier to handle. So when you are trying to help someone and that person betrays you, even if you did not expect something back, but all that energy that you gave out is kind of lost. Now I can understand the concept of karma here, that okay, that I have done good, so technically by the laws of karma I should be getting something back. But there is also a philosophy which says that karma does not mean that you will get something back. Karma just changes your perspective towards yourself. So when you're doing the good of someone, you basically know that you're doing the good of someone. So your conscious is aware of that. So your view of yourself increases and you do better things to yourself. That is also a philosophy of karma. But even if you believe in that kind of philosophy, you will also have to believe in the philosophy that sometimes the energy just goes to waste. Imagine just like pushing a wall. Okay, you're pushing a wall, you're pushing that wall day and night with all your energy that you have had. Now, when you're pushing that wall, will that wall move? Maybe a few micrometers or a few nanometers, depends on how strong the wall is. But the wall does move, but is it beneficial? Like, as a person, you will not be able to see the wall moving. So, you will not be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Maybe a microorganism will understand, oh shit, that the wall is moving. You will not. Means that there are places where you will do a lot of good work and the good work will not be reciprocated back to you. And when the good work is not reciprocated, what does happen? The work is lost. The energy there is lost. You see, when you push a wall, from the bigger view of the world, yes, the wall does not move. At microscopic level, the wall moves, but also a lot of energy is getting used up as heat, dissipated as heat. For example, if you keep pushing the wall day and night, then you will basically sweat. So you are losing that energy in form of heat. You will also make sounds while pushing the wall. So that energy is also being used up in the form of sound. But none of that energy is getting used up to technically satisfy what you expected from yourself. That you will be able to push a wall and then you'll be able to say that I'm a superhuman being. That I can push a wall, maybe 1 meter or 2 meter. Micrometers you cannot see with your eyes, right? In terms of human beings and relationships also, there are a lot of times where you will try to do some kind of good to people and that energy you will not get back. When you give a part of yourself to other people or you contribute your energy to someone else's lives from your life, you basically are giving energy from you and you have a limited amount of energy. You do not have an infinite source. There is a reservoir and the energy eventually gets depleted. So when you help someone and the person does not repay or does not even care to repay, then you are left with a vacuum that you will not be able to fill. And if you are not able to fill that vacuum, then you are sitting with your own regret. See, the ethics and the morality that we were talking, it's exactly the opposite of that is happening. It was like that when you try to do the good of others, do not expect anything back, but rather try to stay neutral, because that is how you should do the good to people. But in this case, you have done the good to someone and then you are sitting with your ass down, but with regrets. You are having negative energy. So you basically gave positive energy and had negative energy in return. So how is that beneficial? How is that going to be of any good? Energy, when not transformed, or energy that cannot transform, it's useless. It will just keep stuck. The other person will keep on taking more and more energy. I can understand if a person has problems, a person who say is very lazy, is very narcissistic and egoistic. Everyone can have problems. But if a person like that has problems and does not opt for a change, no matter how much you keep giving parts of yourself to that person is just not going to change. And if that person is not going to change, all of your energy, where is it going? In someone's acceptance, in someone's taking you for granted. because you are just going on giving energy to someone, so obviously he will take you for granted. In those kind of cases, you will realize that you will have to be very selfish and picky with the kind of people that you want to help. You cannot just help everyone. And when you cannot help everyone, you become very picky and selfish. Your attitude towards people become partial. You also come in support of nepotism because you will always try to help people who is from your family or who is very close to you, because that person is most likely to give something back to you. And the thing is that makes sense, because whatever you're giving, that is transforming in some way. And sometimes it is even coming in surplus amounts to you. I can imagine a hypothetical situation where you are trying to help someone, and the help you basically get from someone else at some other point of time in life. And maybe then you will realize that I'm grateful that at one point of time in my life I helped someone, because today the help that I got, maybe it is a gift of nature to me in return of that. Well, good. But how many such incidents will happen? What is the probability? For all the 50, maybe for all the 100 good activities that you did, 10 out of them you will be getting back in some other way. The other 90, who will take account of that? People just give the examples of the 10 activities which give you return, and do not talk about the 90 that do not give any return back to you. So you will have to be selfish. You will have to be picky, because if you're not doing that, you're wasting your time and someone else's time as well by giving them help who do not deserve. Because first, people need to learn that not everyone is entitled for help. The only ones who deserve it, only they do. But a lot of people get help who do not even deserve, and they end up doing the same mistake again, only to spoil themselves. And now the blame is on you, unfortunately, or fortunately, because you helped the person. Imagine helping a drug addict by giving him a sum of 1 lakh rupees. What is he going to do? Obviously spend it on drugs. He is there for a reason. It does not sound good, I know. But reality does not have to sound good. Sounding good is a thing of ethics and morality that was discovered by human beings. Evil and chaos have existed in this universe way before human beings came on earth. The entire universe was formed from the Big Bang, and the chaos has been ever increasing. We call it entropy. We call it disorder, and that disorder gives rise to gravity. That disorder gives rise to time. If that disorder would not be there, if that chaos would not be there, there would not be any time as well. If time is important, so is disorder. If disorder is important, so is chaos. If chaos is important, it means that ethics and morality might fail, because it is a man-made thing. And man is not 100% conscious of their brains either, leave alone understanding the universe. So be a jerk. Whatever people call you, at the end a jerk is a person who knows at least to take care of himself, who knows at least how to protect himself. In this world, no one will protect you other than yourself, so you will have to do it. Be a jerk, and you will be safe.